was it like being up in these harsh conditions that you had to sort of put yourself in the situation of those gold medals?
It was really intense, but it's one of those things as an actor at the time, it's a really hard challenge to do, especially in period costume, because you're not equipped for the world you're in. But these characters, these people that actually went up there, and the character I'm playing is based on a real man. He wasn't equipped and he was unprepared. So actually these extreme environments as an actor really feature and help you to play the role, because you understand even if it's 10% of what they went through.
We never filmed in a studio, we never filmed on a stage, because we shot, in a high altitude. We shot, outside of Calgary, Canmore, Banff, on a lake, that was frozen over with ice. We really did all the dog sledding, we really rode all the horses. What I felt was that the landscape and the elements started to inform us on a much more deeper level what these characters went through.
Well, back in the day, it rained every day. So when they try and set up these mines, the technology had never been tested before. So they didn't really know what they were doing. These guys were amateurs. They had no idea what they were doing. It was, these mines could collapse any time. Thousands of people died. So I guess when you're living with that perpetual fear, that does a lot. And you're living in tiny, cramped quarters. And I guess what this show kind of indicates is that, the capacity of humans to be incredibly mean to each other.
Do you think people would be as daring today, or having known what happened to those people back then, or what do you think? Could it have only happened when it happened?
Well, I think it would take a very special person, just like it did at that point, but there was a whole different form of desperation that I suppose was happening at that time that isn't happening today. Standards of living have increased, and I think we just have no concept of that in the way that, so I don't know. I would like to think that I would do something like that.
Abbie and I, as the two main women, were able to portray what it was like for a woman to be, living at that time, and how hard it was, and the challenges that were different than of the men.
How do you think the situation would be different now if it were 2014 and women tried to do the same thing?
It would be different, I think, because now a modern day woman, I think, is making that much more of an effort to be seen as she can keep up with the men, and she can have the same job as them. And so I think there would be a different respect level, and women would be rolling up their sleeves and be like, all right, challenge accepted, I can go do it too.